I got money on my mind. I'm just trying to get some dough. I ain't picking up my line unless it's money on the phone.
I've been trying to be an entrepreneur ever since this Italian dude fired my mom when I was like 15 years old. He was my mom was a home attendant. Like I'm first generation in America. So like, English is not my first language. It's my second language. My mom was a home attendant taking care of old people in New York. And one day, she was battling diabetes. It was kind of hard for her to walk and shit like that. So one day they called her into the office. I went with her. And then the guy was like, excuse me if I get choked up because it always fucks with me every time I tell the story. So the guy asked me and my mom to sit down in the office, and he said, hey, we do understand that, you've been with us for like 7 years, but it looks like it's been kind of hard for you to get to the appointments the way you need to. So we have to let you go. 7 years she was with him. They didn't give her a severance pay. They didn't give her a second chance. They made up their decision. You're fired. Gone. My mom started crying in front of this guy. Now I'm 15 years old sitting on the side. I'm like, how the fuck my mom crying, right? So she's begging. I've never seen my mom beg anybody. She was begging this dude to keep the job. She was like, I have a son. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay for my rent? How am I going to feed my family? Like for an immigrant that doesn't know the ways of the United States, she didn't know about, all of these other different ways to get money or whatever. But it fucked me up because I never felt more helpless in my life. I couldn't help my mom, right? So the whole train ride, she was crying, and I was like, man, I never want to be in that position. We wound up going on welfare. Food stamps were our best friends. You know what I mean? Like, we had the paper food stamps, man. So when we had the paper food stamps, my mom would take me to the store, and then she would be like, buy whatever you want. That was the only time I felt rich. She was like, buy whatever you want. And then, she would pay with the food stamps. It was a little bit embarrassing, but at the end of the day, it was like, man, I get to eat whatever I want, have whatever I want. So from the age of 15, I've been trying to be an entrepreneur all my life. I had a shrimp importing business. That shit failed. Record label, publishing company, you name it. I tried as many businesses to get out of the corporate plantation as possible. It wasn't until I touched the notary business. Andre Hatchett, your man's, and my man's.
Shout out to Brother Dre.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Brother Dre on that. He was putting out the course, man, and he was so genuine. Like I felt him, I think, to be honest, and if he was a European, I probably wouldn't gravitate towards it as much, but because he was a brother and he was like, you know what I mean? Like his swag was different, his delivery was different, his authenticity was different. I was like, I gotta rock with this dude. So I started learning the notary business, and then I put my sales and marketing skills to it, and I was out of here. I was gone. It was a wrap.
And you said some very important things in there. I think one of the first things was just the story that kind of changed you, because I think just being an entrepreneur, there's always something in your life that kind of shifts you and kind of make you be like, there's something more than just working for someone my full life. And I think a lot of people, they hit that point, but and you try different things, and a lot of times they'll just try that one thing, and then once it doesn't work, they'll go back to what they're used to because they're like, yeah, it didn't work. I guess this isn't for me. But you tried over and over with different things, and you were even working a 9 to 5. You was working in corporate, like you said. You was working at Valley Toledo Fitness and stuff like that. And I think it's smart how you took those skills that you learned while you were in corporate and you transformed them over to that notary business. You were able to use that, and you were able to actually start using those skills that you developed in the 9 to 5 world and transfer that over to your own business and actually make it thrive. And I kind of want to go back to what you were talking about with whenever you said if you learn the basics of sales, you can take off with whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And can you kind of go to what is the basics of sales for those who aren't familiar with sales and marketing?
Yeah, so with sales is this, right? Sales is bringing value and addressing a person's problems and finding the best solution for them. Like back in the days when when they sold cars and shit, it was a crooked dude, you know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, one thing that crooked used car salesman did, he listened. He listened to see what was your problem. Man, I need to get to work and I don't have reliable transportation. He listened. Now, if he put you in a lemon, that's another thing, right? But he listened to the customer and he steered them with the best product that he possibly can and still make a profit for it. So the whole thing is with sales is bring value, make a profit. Give value, make a profit. Give value, make a profit. That's all you're doing. You're consulting and you're listening to this person and say, let's just say BWR, right? We'll just use that for an example. I'm a business consultant that takes podcasts internationally. And you guys talk to me and say, hey, look, we want to penetrate the Asian market. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions because I want to be able to bring value to you. If I can't bring value to you, a real salesperson will say, I can't help you. Maybe you might need to look somewhere else, or maybe I can refer you to somebody. That's a true salesperson. Anybody else is a con artist. So you want to listen to your clients. Once you listen to their clients and you understand their concerns, then you see if in your arsenal of products and services, can you help that person get to that next level? So that's what it is. It's about bringing value and helping out your customer, and then in exchange, make a transaction and you make a profit.
I'll let you go. I like how you said bring value to your customer, because I think that's huge. A lot of people just are real salesy. They just try to sell you on the product, not telling you exactly what value the customer is actually getting. And I wanted to ask, how do you know where to give value for your product or a product? Yeah, so you have to survey your stuff, man. The world will tell you if your shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like if I put out this lotion right here, right? And I tell people, hey, this is Shea Daily Moisture, blah, 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 48 hours. And then a couple of people are going to buy it. Now, if somebody say, man, your lotion is runny as hell. It doesn't last long, about 2 hours. Then you're like, okay, my product sucks. And it's your job to make the product better. Otherwise, you're just selling people some watered down lotion. So the people tell you if you have a good business, not you. Like the best sales and marketing people do not listen to the voice in their own head. They listen to the audience. They listen to the world. So you have to survey the world. That's why you see these big companies like Sam's Club, Walmart. They're always asking you to take a fucking survey. Hey, tell us, how was our service? How was our burger? Did you like this? Hey, we'll give you something free. Tell us so we can make a better product to serve you better so you can enjoy it.
And I kind of want to talk to that. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah, better, bro. Yeah.
Okay. And I kind of want to talk to that because a lot of people, they kind of get afraid of that feedback and they don't understand that feedback is just helping them create a better product. A lot of times they might take and might hear someone say, oh man, your service, it wasn't the best. Like you kind of was slow, or I didn't like the way that your person helped me, or you wrote a book and man, the book was kind of dry. A lot of people will take it too personal and they don't understand that This is just constructive feedback, and that should be the things that you're focusing on and tweaking and looking towards. And you should get excited about bad things, because whenever you get excited about those bad things, now you have something. Oh, I can go work on this. I can go make this that much better. I know where I'm fucking up now. You
Yes.
don't have to guess and wonder, oh man, do I have a great product or not? No, you know, my product, like you said, my lotion is runny. So what do I need to do now? I need to make it a little bit more thicker. I need it to penetrate the skin a little bit better. So now I need to go back to the lab, get with my engineers, whoever you do to make the lotion. You got to get with those people. You got to figure out, you know, how can we fix that? Same thing with any product you have. If you got lashes you're selling, if you got wigs that you're selling, if you got watches, t-shirts, if someone say, man, your t-shirt shrink too fast, go get some shit that's pre-shrunk. Go look for different things, ways that you can up what you're working on.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. And feedback is so valuable because it's like now you have data.
Mhm.
And that is the new gold in the
Facts.
21st century, right? So it's like the person that person just taking the time out to give you feedback, that's a gem on its by itself, right? You should just give that person something, hook them up with something just for them doing that. But here's the thing though, as you start getting more and more feedback, you'd be like, well, who are the ones that are really leaving the feedback? Is it women or is it men?
Mhm.
Is it African American women? Is it European? Is it Latino women? What are their age groups? Now you get to know who your demographics is, and now you shooting and you hitting them square between the eyes, right? That type of data. Now, not only that, once you get past the whole demographics, now let's start looking into the psychographics, right? What's the income range of this person? Are they professionals? Are they white collar workers, or are they blue collar workers? Like, this is what sales and marketing people do that they don't see. That's why they sell so much shit. High performers sell a lot of stuff, man. They sell, they understand that no matter if the product is $5 or $5,000 or $50,000 or $5 million, it takes the same amount of effort. So you might as well shoot for the stars. It's going to take the same amount of effort, the same amount of energy you're putting in to sell a $5 product. You could do the same thing, same amount of energy, and sell a $5,000 product. Exactly the same.
It's all about knowing how to target your people.
And I think you hit another very important point with the sales, is that psychology, because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of sales is psychological. And I know Kelly was asking, you know, like, how do you know whenever you're going to hit a pain point? I was a car salesman, and I studied one of the top car salesmen, and everything he told me was it's all psychological. And whenever I was following him, I would listen to him talk to the people, and these people were telling him physically one thing, but he was like, he would break down what he would do once they left. And he would be like, this person said, you know, I didn't like this color, whatever. And he was like, psychologically, she was telling me, hey, I don't want to go with anything around the color blue or anything like that. I don't like it. Or even whenever they would probably say, okay, you know, I have kids and we do a lot of things. Psychologically, that tells you they need a bigger car. Why would you try to sell them on the smaller car? That smaller car, they might be giving you kickbacks that month, but so why would you try to sell that though if they're telling you, hey, I need something larger? And I think people don't understand and don't listen to people on that psychological level like that.
It's like my brother Tiger was saying, when it comes to, you said it earlier, the goal is to actually serve people. It's not to just make money. Like, you don't want to be the janky car salesman that sold a person a lemon. You want to actually be looking to provide people with services they need. And Tiger, I kind of want to go into like identifying those customers some more, because I know like one thing we do, like we've been working on this a lot lately, identifying like your ideal customer persona, your ideal customer demographics and whatnot. Could you kind of get into how you find those?
Yeah. So I have a saying that says magic happens when you narrow your focus. Whenever you're looking to start a business, even if it's a fictitious uh, person that doesn't exist, because in reality, that person doesn't exist yet. You're actually creating this person. You're fabricating this person in your mind. So that's why they're considered an avatar, right? So you start off with this ideal person. So like, let's just say my notary business. I want to target white collar professionals that make an income between this, $50,000 to $100,000. They're either going to be lawyers, law firms, stuff like that. Once you start doing that, you start to attract all of those personality points, though, where they hang out. You're almost like you're stalking them, right? But you're stalking them for research. So if I was gonna attack the real estate market, they have a different type of verbiage. They speak real estate, right? They're not talking, I'm gonna rent out this. They're talking about, like, I need a tenant to put in here. Or they're saying, land acquisition. Their whole vocabulary is different. So you have to be able to talk these people vocabulary. Even law firms, they have a whole different vocabulary. You have to be able to talk their language. So when you're attacking and you're creating your ideal customer, you want to be able to say, do these people, first thing you should ask, do they have their own vocabulary for me to easily penetrate in that market? And if they do, start studying that vocabulary. You don't have to learn everything that, all the jargon, but know some stuff that is going to showcase your business as being, hey, we understand your industry, right? Two, you want to find out where they're hanging out. A lot of white collar professionals, they hang out over there in LinkedIn, right? So, because that's the business format. You want to start hanging out over there and start creating your marketing pieces and everything over there. You want to start, sending them messages over there. Don't go where your customers are at. Right?
Don't go to TikTok looking for the CEO of
he ain't TikTok.
Best Buy or some shit.
Right, he ain't TikToking, right? He's doing the TikTok on his employees. So you want to find out where these people are hanging out. Introduce yourself. The best way to break any ice is to ask a question. Just start off with a question. Most of the best sales copy that you see around the world, they're asking a question. They're like, hey, are you having trouble with this? Maybe we can help you out.
Hey man, that's some very vital tips. Y'all definitely try that. And I like how you said that even with the sales copy. Have you dabbled in sales copy yourself, or did you kind of get your copywriter to kind of help you out?
Yeah, I have a mentor actually that's teaching me. And shout out to Maria Lloyd. You guys had her on the show, so shout out to Maria. Oh, right. So I have a mentor. His name is Donnie Bryant. This guy this dude emails just stupid, and I'm working under him to learn, because copywriting is a high income skill. That is closing with words, with text.
Creating words, like my girl said.
You know what I mean? So like, understand, like I'm always trying to one up my game. I've mastered the sales and marketing and closing part. Now I want to be able to close with emails and shit. And sales copy is so powerful, because when you think about it, commercials start off with sales copy. The direction you take your YouTube videos, your podcasts, everything. When you start putting those sales copy elements in there, it does the work for you. So it's so powerful to understand sales copy. So that is my new skill that I'm cultivating within my arsenal. But no, I'm very novice at it. Very novice.